Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. The brave man is not the one who has no fears. He is the one who triumphs over his fears. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Your playing small does not serve the world. Who are you not to be great? Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. Remember to celebrate milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. Once a person is determined to help themselves, there is nothing that can stop them. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. We must use time creatively and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Resentment is like drinking poison, and then hoping it will kill your enemies. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. You will achieve more in this world through acts of mercy than you will through acts of retribution. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. In my country, we go to prison first and then become president. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Education is the great engine to personal development. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. Our children are our greatest treasure. They are our future. Those who abuse them tear at the fabric of our society and weaken our nation. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. Where you stand depends on where you sit. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is inspiring others to move beyond it. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that, until I changed myself, I could not change others. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. When we read, we are able to travel to many places, meet many people, and understand the world. If you want to change the world, help the women. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. Our children are the rock on which our future will be built, our greatest asset as a nation. A bright future beckons. The onus is on us, through hard work, honesty, and integrity, to reach for the stars. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. History will judge us by the difference we make in the everyday lives of children. Know your enemy and learn about his favorite sport. There is a constant struggle between good and evil in the world. It is up to good people to choose the right side. With freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk has not ended yet. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity, it is an act of justice. The wounds that cannot be seen are more painful than those that can be treated by a doctor. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. Love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians. Although I am a gregarious person, I love solitude even more. Racism is a blight on the human conscience. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. No power on this earth can destroy the thirst for human dignity. We must work together to ensure the equitable distribution of wealth, opportunity, and power in our society.